the level.
I was muted this whole time. Dang it. Okay, so let's start over. Thank you, Maxime. Dang, that sucks. Okay, I'm assuming you can hear me now. Okay. So, what we did last time is I spoke for 5 minutes straight. Oh man. Okay. So what we did last time is we kind of set up a template to where we can start creating stuff in 3D and then move the camera over basically the exact same amount in order to just be creating sprite sheets that we're creating. So with that, we are then going to knowing that we're building this as both a NES game and an Unreal Engine, what we're doing is I wanted to kind of not have to do as much work as we would have to do like to build it by 16:9. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going with a 4:3 ratio. for both games, so that we can basically, all we have to do is recreate some of the sprites, the actual sprites. So what we've done is in Cinema, we've created a 2560 by 2400 render settings. So those will bring into Unreal Engine, which is great because it's the exact, because the NES is 256 by 240. So each of our sprites, our collision things, will be only 80 by 80 pixels for Unreal, and it will be 8 by 8 for the Nintendo. So I think we're all caught up now. Yes. Thank you for letting me know that I was muted. That sucks. I wish I could like edit YouTube, but I can't. So I'm going to put in my headphones. This shouldn't mess up anything. And then I'm going to get the background music started. We are at officially 8 hours of background music, which is pretty cool. So let me make sure that y'all can hear the background music, which I don't think you can. Podcast microphone. Mac audio capture. Huh. Let's see. Chat, PC, view overlay, Mac audio capture. There we go. All right. Just needed to turn it on, basically. How is everyone doing? How's that sound? Does it need to come up a little bit? I think that's okay. Okay. So now we will get started back in C4D. What I want to do is I want to use this first one as like, we decided last week that I'd kind of go with a Mega Man style game where you beat each bad guy and you get a special weapon, you know? And so I had the idea, and this may be I'm just poop math in here. It's what I call when I do math in my head, you know, just whatever. Just poop math in here. But I would love to have almost the levels that you go in order be randomized. So depending on, like, think about it, if Mega Man was randomized, it'd be so much harder for like speedrunners and stuff like that, because you would have to like keep resetting and resetting stuff, you know, over and over and over again until you get the right like order or whatever. So I don't know, it could be interesting. But what I figured was some of these things. I'm going to start with this. This is from my whatchamacallit, my Super Metroid remake that I did. This is from it. So I'll use this as almost an homage to the game, and we'll be able to start out here. So it's a good place to start off with stuff that we've already got. But this will be our level select, and as of right now, I say we're just going to create 4 little levels that people can go to and stuff. But yeah, months will be crunchy, but I'll recover all the lost from the lack of work in Q1, Q2. I know the first couple quarters this year were pretty rough. I got real lucky in April or May and April. Like, I had nothing January, February. It was rough. So, okay, cool. Yes, I want to start building this out to just like get it in like a relatively good place. One thing I did want to do while I was thinking about it is, I need to make sure that I've got the correct size on, like, I need a reference size, you know? So like, I'm going to throw a cloner in, We'll do a grid by 1 by, and so vertical 80 by 256 is what? 80 by 256. I'm not great at math. 256 divided by 80 is, nope. Oh, 256 divided by 8. So I need 32 vertical. That's X, that's Y. So 32. And then 240 divided by 8, that's 30. Okay, so then we're gonna do, it's 200 by 200. Okay, so now I need to scale this down until it's perfectly, and I'm gonna use this as the reference. Whoops, wrong, jeez. Nope, 32 by 30. Pause this. Nope, I need it up. Actually, I could do this. No, can't do that. Freelancers are noticing a rise in work in the last couple weeks. Studios and agencies hands a lot of work, which is weird because June to August is usually pretty dead. Yeah, June to August is pretty dead. Unless you're working in the sports, you know, it's pretty busy around those time. What's up, Dances for Peas? Making video games. We are making a video game. We are continuing to make a video game. So, I need this big enough. This is only for reference. One. Okay. Okay, I think that's good. So let's make this like 20, 120, 120. Work on show visuals in June and August. That's cool. I'm gonna do something real quick. I think that looks right. We just need to make sure all of our scenes and everything line up to those. Ah, blue screened. All right, it's probably because I had Unreal open at the same time as Cinema. So, all right. So we're gonna take a little break. In the meantime, let's go ahead and thank our sponsor, Otoy. They are the makers of Octane Render and the Render Network. With Octane, you can make super photorealistic stuff. That's why we're using Octane in our video game. So yeah, big shout out to them. A reminder, you can join the Render Royale, which is the monthly contest that they hold for creators. You can win cash prizes up to $1,000. All you have to do is submit a render. I would prefer a video, but you can do stills as well. That is either Octane, Redshift, or Blender Cycles. And get it rendered on the render network, submit it, and you'll have a chance to win. You can win $1,000 in $1,000 for first, $500 for second, and $250 for third in each of those categories: Octane, Redshift, and Blender cycles. So you could enter 3 times and win 3 times. But yeah, make sure this month's theme is urban utopias. So yeah, that'll be good. Let me see, screen capture. Let's go ahead and get that, and then hopefully live streaming Hangouts is good. Let's close that. Close down. Come on. Okay, that's good. Close that down. End to process. All right, let's open back up our project. Why do I feel like my screen is really big all of a sudden? It is. 225%. Why? Oh, that's probably why. Until you sign out. Whatever. All right, well, it's going to be a little big today. Anybody read any good books lately? I've been reading what is it? What's it called? The Words of Radiance, I believe. Yeah, Words of Radiance. It's Brandon Sanderson. It's really good. It's the second book in the Stormlight archive, and I was reading it last night, and I was so tired, and then I hit a really good part, and I was like, okay, now I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping. So, I didn't save my stuff. All right, so y'all are gonna see 256.0 by 2400. That's good. And then I think we remembered this. This was what, 120 by 120 by 120. Put it in a cloner. This was 32 by 30. Gonna do 120 by 120. We're gonna move this into the center. Actually, we'll go back to there. And we'll go back here, and I believe that's right. Right? Wait, did it do 3 on it? Yeah, I only need 1. There we go. See, okay, yeah, so it doesn't matter if I put this forward or backwards because we are on a frontal projection. It will stay basically frontal the whole time, which is great. So, I'm going to throw this just behind our camera, and this will be our reference. Pixel reference. Then I can just turn it off. Okay, note to self, don't open Unreal Engine at the same time. Hopefully we don't blue screen again. Okay, so then we can turn that off. Let's see if we can ghost this. We can. All right. Let's do create a default material. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this as white so that we can get like a checkerboard, right? And then I'm gonna do another cube. Whoops. Throw this one on it, and I'm gonna do that as black. Come on. Why isn't that showing? Is it because it's X-rayed? Huh. Huh. I think I need a... What do I need? Nope. I think I need a honeycomb array instead of a grid. Width is 32, height is 30, size width per is 120, size height is 120. Pause this real quick. It's probably rotated. There we go. Let's do per step. The width is right. Let's try 240. Okay, that's good. All right, cool. Yeah. Okay, so now we got like a checkerboard pattern that we can use as reference. There we go. All right, now that we've done that, let's save it. So what do we need to get rid of? Is that a send a render button? Oh, that's new. That's awesome. This to be lined up with one of the pixels. What's the best way to figure out size Y? Whoops, not 90. We'll go 80. Cool. So now if I go down minus 80, this brings it down times 3. minus 240. Let's see. That's 480. Keep going. There we go. Okay. That's going to be our floor. Our floor is at negative 1280. And then I'm not going to use the people. I feel like the people are a bit morbid. Let's do another one. Need to make sure everything is in 80s. Actually, just want this to be the floor, just so we've got some to look at. Come on, computer. Cool. And we could just put some ground there for the NES one, and then we could do a sprite HUD up at the top. Now, sprite HUDs are a lot more difficult because you're then doing sprite 0 hits. Now that I'm thinking about this, I want to make sure that this isn't hitting right. I don't think it is. Oh, yeah, it is. It's just, maybe it's not. Oh, I'm dumb. Doesn't feel right. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's big enough. 80. That's right. These are 120, aren't they? That's right. Why'd I do 120? I need to do 80. Am I not doing this enough? Nope. Kind of screwed everything up with the honeycomb, didn't I? There we go. Why is it 48? 38 by 45. But then I need to bring this up 40. Here we go. One, two, three, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 23 and a half. That's not right. It's 30. Where am I messing this up? Where am I messing this up? Let's go back to the grid. That's easier. It's 3840. Why doesn't this make sense? Is it because... No. So that shouldn't matter. Hmm. This isn't fun. Having you guys just watch me try and figure this out. I apologize. Let's start fresh. It just feels so small. It's pixels. We're not doing centimeters. But so I need to find the equivalent of that, which is kind of what I was doing here. But here's 2 by 30. That's one thing. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 32 is right. It needs to be like 4, 6. Okay. 1.455. One point 451. 1.452. should go down. Minus 80. Why doesn't that go down to that? Is it 120? Why is it 120? Is that just the way it is? That's the way I did it earlier with the 120s. Why did I do it that way? Seriously? Why is it 120? Why is it 120? What sense does that make? I need someone smarter than me to answer that. But I need to bring it up one more. So plus 120 because I need another 16, 16, 16. And I can bring the seed up. Two, three, cool. Right there. I want to do 2-panel, 2 views side by side. I want to do this one as the front. There we go. See if I can ghost this. Oh, it is already extracted. If I use a display tag, ghosting. Nope. Here we go. Nope. Thought that might help a little bit more. It does not. Alright, so then here, I'm gonna do perspective. That didn't do perspective. Why did it not do perspective? right, so that one's gonna be our front one, and this one will be our perspective. Okay. Inner casing glass, inner casing metal, letter glass. Not gonna worry about that, not gonna worry about that. Computer monitors I wanna keep. Right, I'm gonna delete all these. Oh, there we go. And this ceiling. Let's do it to here. Not gonna worry about that bool. Not gonna worry about that bool, because that's the ground. Let's bring up another one of these boys. This will be our ceiling. And we want it 1, 2, should probably do 3. Oops. Weird. 2, 3. Okay, so this will be our play area for now. Cool. Our background pipes. Doesn't matter, because they're all flat anyway. But we could move them up. Oops. Something that I hate about using multiple screens and stuff like that. Do that. Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh boy. Alright, we'll go here. That's easier. And I'm trying to line these up to the 16 by 16s. See, so like you grab this one. Oh boy. Let's do this. looking at this and I'm like, okay, I can use that same one, these same ones here, 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 this one, that will be reverse of that one. Then we've got tubes going there. We can probably reuse the same tubes going there. Tubes going there, yeah. So that'll be one, that's good. Then we need to make this bottom piece different. So we can use, or we need it to go in the center. Where the rest of them are. That's good enough. That's good enough for now. All right, so let's start building out our scene. I kind of want this to be, instead of it being like a dark, dreary scene, I kind of want this to be more like bright, like a white hospital room type looking one. So go ahead and save that. Classic. Nope. Are we in Octane? We are in Octane. Okay. There's a background. I should probably start labeling these. This is going to be ground. This will be ceiling. Cool. Scene instances. White and sterile. Well, I need to get on the new version of Octane. What is going on? Here we go. Weird. That's weird. Lighting. Wait, what? Oh no. Damn it. What happened? Wrong camera. Whew. All right. Let's go ahead and delete this Octane camera. Jeez, I keep clicking the wrong thing. It's a marble. Marble. Huh? isn't it loading? I guess it is the same whether or not I have a sky or not, but it'll look cool. Aluminum, corroded. Nope. I want just like a reflective. I'll just create my own. When in doubt, create your own. Not bad. Let's find this one. Ooh, that is. She's got very clean, very white. Ooh, that's probably too much. Maybe. I think I'm just gonna start with a clean slate. Literally. Ah. Interesting that the metal looks black. Interesting. Very interesting. Blah. It's probably because it's reflecting black. That makes sense. Duh. See if I were to get rid of these, it would look more normal. That's weird. Let's undo that. I don't know how I feel about this. All right, it's a lab. It needs some stuff. Needs some lab equipment. So not just this empty, boring, whatever. It needs lab equipment, right? Let's do some research. Maybe some windows. Some windows looking out. That would make it brighter. Maybe one of these little machines, whatever those are. Just blocking some stuff out. I think the only thing that I'm keeping from this are basically these things. The top platform and the bottom platform. Let's move those to over here. This is just temporary. I hate working like that across the different computers. I'm pretending these are windows for now. I want to come back to this later. I want to do something different. I know it's been the typical hour and a half that we do this, but I'm not ready to give up yet. But I do feel like I'm not hitting it right now. I do want to create a template. Okay. there's a way to snap items in X and Y to 240 or to 112. 120. I'm trying to. Okay. Yes. I like this. Because now I can go through and I can see my entire level. Just snapping everything. My frontal view. And then I wonder if I can reference these as far as the naming, the nomenclature goes, you know? Or can you reference user data? Let's look up tokens. That didn't help me. I wish you could do a custom token. That would be nice. You know? Wonder if there would be an easy way to set takes. Gotta stew on that. But I like what I've done here, where it's like I can see a general overview and then I can export these. I think that's what I'm gonna try and do next week, is export these just so that I know, like, hey, I'm building out this level. I can build out a rough draft of what I want it to look like. And then, because I think I'm getting too far into the weeds of like, hey, let's make a cool looking game versus like, let's make sure all the functionality is there and that our workflow works well. Like just now messing with this and getting the snapping going, I was able to create just a really quick platformer, you know? And so it's like now next week, if I can get these things rendered and get them into Unreal Engine and just double check that I can easily create this platformer using these renders, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good because then we can kind of, we can figure it out from there, I guess, you know? So, all right. I appreciate everyone watching and sticking with me. You know, the few people that are here, the 3 people that are hanging out, but I really do appreciate it. We'll be back next week. On Tuesday's show, we've got Sunny from the Render Foundation. We're going to be talking about all the things that the Render Foundation is doing for community engagement and the Render Royale and stuff like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure and check us out there. Then we've got Matt Silverman from Swordfish coming on. We've got Byron Stanford. We're going to do a big deep dive into AI here in the next few weeks. So make sure and sign up for or ring the bell icon or whatever to get notified whenever we're going live, or listen to the podcast on any podcatcher of choice. All right. Thanks y'all for sticking around. I'll see y'all next week. Bye.
It's pretty good, I guess.